Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So Damasko, let's talk Damasko for a moment. So I picked up another Damasko, a DC56 right there. Just, I am super impressed with Damasko. They are high tech. They are real tool watches. And above all, I mean, all the different watches that I've owned in the years, leading up to this have been great watches. I mean, Rolex, Omega, shoot, I've even owned Tag Heuers and, Seiko and, so many different brands that I've owned and got to experience. And, they most of these dive watches and pilot watches and everything, they first started off, 50 years ago as tool watches, and they've progressed into, dress watches. That's what they are now, like this Submariner. I mean, it's a beautiful watch. Don't get me wrong. It's amazing. It really is. And it's very capable still, but it's more along the lines of a dress watch now. If you look at it, it'll still scratch. It'll still dent. It'll still ding. It'll do all that stuff. It'll still need servicing. From what I've seen with these guys from Damasko, I mean, they beat on their cases. They will try to scratch their cases, and they don't scratch. They don't ding. They don't, wear. I mean, I've seen people have them for, years, and they still look new. So this is pretty much a review of my DA47 here, okay? And then we'll talk about this one here as well as just kind of like an unboxing, I guess, somewhat of an unboxing. But the DA47 here, it's running the 2836 ETA movement, 28,800 vibrations per hour, good ETA movement. It's got your day and day function there. This is the white dial version. They do make a black dial version as well. You have a submarine still, complete submarine still throughout, bracelet, case, everything, and it is ice hardened. Will not scratch, and like I said, will not ding. Just amazing. Drilled lugs, nice crown, nice size crown. The crown is pretty much pre-lubed to where it'll stay lubed throughout the years. It will never dry out. The seals won't dry out. So they have a self-lubricating system for the crown. You have Viton chemical resistant and UV ray resistant seals for like your crystal, your case back, all that as well. So the seals on this watch, a lot of times, as the years go on, like on a Submariner or something, if you're always diving, swimming, doing stuff like that, the seals, get compromised and the water resistance goes down. So this is a 300-meter, Submariner. A few years, it turns into a 100-meter Submariner. You know what I mean? So this here, I believe, is rated at, I believe it's only rated at 100 meters, but I'm sure it would go 2 with no problem. And having the gaskets, as long as you don't have to open up anything or do anything, which if you did, you would replace them anyway. 100 meters. But it'll stay 100 meters for years to come. So very nice, beautiful bracelet. The way they make this is all made in-house. The bracelet, the case, they used to make cases for Zen back in the day. So Damasko makes everything for this watch except for the movement. Hands, dials, cases, everything. It's a lot of technology. There's too much technology to really even talk about in a quick review here, quick video, but lots of technology in these watches. The whole case back here is in German, so I'm not going to try to read any of that. But anti-magnetic as well, water resistant. Just even the dial, it has anti-magnetic properties. The submarine steel is also anti-magnetic properties. The movement sits in a little cage that is anti-magnetic. So they think of everything. This company thinks of everything. It's a family-owned business as well. That's what I really like. They're in Germany. The Germans know how to build watches. I always thought Swiss were, top-notch, the best, but I'm really thinking Germans do it just as well in a lot of ways. I mean, they're more affordable. They're much more affordable. In fact, this Damasko is much more affordable than Zen's. If you were to buy all the same technologies in this Damasko, but in a Zen, you're going to probably spend double the amount of money. So they're a brand that haven't been around for a long time, since 1994, but they are, progressing, and they're making in-house movements, and you know they're doing very well. So, but you see, there's your day date. You see the hue there from the anti-reflective coating on top and bottom. Yes, it looks like you can pretty much touch the hands, but they do AR coating better than anyone else. And from what I understand, it's even hard to scratch. I've had Omegas and Breitlings in the past where they scratch real easy, and then the crystal looks like shit, and you end up trying to polish that off. But from what I understand, these are pretty durable. I've been wearing this for, I don't know, about a month or so, 3 weeks to a month, and I have no scratches. If you guys see a scratch, put it in the comments, but I do not see any scratches anywhere. It's just like new still. And even desk diving, nothing, no scratches at all. There's the Damasko clasp. You got ball bearings in there. That's how it locks into place. Very nice. The dimensions on this is a 40 mil from side to side. Our tip to tip is coming in at 48, and then our thickness is coming in at 12.2, and you have a 20 mil lug opening. This one also came with a leather strap, so that's very nice as well. Black leather strap, and I will probably throw that on later on, and you know, put that up on Instagram so you guys can see that as well. So if you're not following me on Instagram, please do. I love that this watch has drilled lugs. That way you can change the bracelet real easy. But I've been rocking it on this bracelet here just because it is made so well. It fits my wrist perfectly. It's a butterfly clasp, butterfly style bracelet, not clasp. There's no clasp. So I like that it's just seamless, and just fits the wrist very well. Just looks beautiful. Done. I mean, I cannot say enough good things about this company and this watch and what I've seen so far. They've got some in-house movements they just come out with as well. So, I mean, just very, very, very innovative company. So here's your case back again. There we go. Let's do a Loom shot real fast, which this does not disappoint. And I will do the DC56 down here as well, so you guys can kind of see that too. But this is a fully loomed bezel, or fully loomed dial, sorry. So that's why I chose it, because it is very bright and legible. So I really like that. And it's cool to have the day date. I like how it's under the crosshairs. It's just, it looks real good. Here is the DC56 in the background, and you can see how well that one looks. And it's a chronograph, so, you know, it's not going to be, it doesn't have those big, bold, you know, markers or anything, but very legible. Let's get into the bezel real fast. You guys can see it's a 60 click. No backplay. I'll start with that. And it is bi-directional, so it goes both ways, but no backplay. Locks into place perfectly and very easy to use. So I opted for, you can get a 12-hour bezel or a 60-minute. I got the 60-minute. I like that. I'm a diver guy, so I like, you know, having a diver's bezel. But just a wonderful watch, guys. You need to look into Damasko. Great value, great watches. Probably better than Zen in a lot of ways. Zen has the name recognition. Damasko will earn that. It's coming. So I think they are just amazing watches. But look at that dial. Oh, man. Just cool looking. This is a tool watch. This is a straight up tool watch. And I will do many videos on it just to show wear over, you know, time here. But so far, like I said, no wear at all. So very nice. So that's the DA47. Let me, and let's just, I know it's turning into a long video, but let's show you the timekeeping real fast. So here is the timekeeping. And let's see something here. Let's make sure it's wound up properly, which I'm sure it is. So let's put it on here. And let's see where we're at. Now it's beating away at 28,800 vibrations per hour. So this thing has been more accurate than my sub here, and it's doing very well. It's like 0 pretty much all the time. +1 right around there is where it hovers. So 269 amplitude. If it's fully wound, which I don't think it is, it's going to be up to about 300. So it is a little bit low on that right now, but our bead error is low, 0.1. So very good. Yes, they do time them. Yes, they do poise the movements. They do set them up properly. These guys, don't forget, they are watchmakers as well. I mean, they're watchmakers. They build the cases, the bracelets. They're complete in-house. So it's not like you're just buying a, you know, they make a case and then they just drop a ETA movement in there. You know what I mean? They do it all. So these guys are, they're great. So let's look briefly excuse me, at the Da47, so you guys see that, and we can kind of talk about this one. You can kind of hear that rotor spin. Listen, let's see. You hear that? You can kind of hear it, but anyway, always fun. Valjoux 7750. I love this movement. Just top grade. I mean, in my opinion, you know, you see IWCs with these, you know, Rolex never used them, but Tudor has. You know, there's so many brands that use this movement, and it was like the first, I think it was produced in the 70s, mid 70s, but first movement ever designed on a computer. So very, very cool. Very thick movement. You can see how thick the case is, so it's got to be thick, but just top notch. And I love the way this looks. So this is the DC56. Let me kind of get the dust off. But it's a DC56. It doesn't have the crosshairs on the dial like the Da47 does, but you do have the Damasko in the same spot and the date in the same spot. You have your minutes there at the 12, and you have hours down here at the 6, and then your seconds right there at the 9 o'clock. And we can start the chrono. Very good action of the chrono. And this is kind of just a first look. I'll do a review later on, but there's the pushers. From what I understand, when they make these, they make the tolerances real tight. So on the pushers, I mean, there's not much of a gap there, just enough for that pusher to go in and out. And very nice Damasko crown. This has all the technologies that one has: ice-hardened case, submarine steel, self-lubricating, you know, O-rings on the crown, Viton gaskets. You know, so this is top notch. The leather strap that this comes on is, oh my God, I love smelling it too. It's smells so good. It's leather, very soft, supple, very nice, made very well. So it does have Damasko embossed on it. You can kind of see it right there, but I'm not sure. There it is. Yeah, you can see it there. I'm not sure if they make it, or I'm sure someone else does for them. Of course, even their buckles are ice hardened. So very nice. I mean, what else I can say, guys? This is top notch. 7750 is a great movement. Like I said, so many companies use them. They are a little thick, but this is a compact watch. It's a 40 mil watch. I'll check the rest of the dimensions when I get off my 7.5 inch wrist here, but I love the way it looks. It's just a beautiful watch. It really is. And keeping great time. You already saw the Loom already. Let's do the dimensions. So 40 mil from side to side. And then we were coming in at our tip to tip. I think it's about the same. Yeah, about 47. Yeah, almost 48. And then our thickness, 13.6. That's not too bad for a chrono. I mean, it really isn't. So, and then 20 mil lug opening also. But I love that dial. They have them in a white dial as well. But since I had the white Da47, I wanted the black DC56. So very cool, guys. Flieger German watches, their own, you know, I mean, it has the classic Type A Flieger dials on both these, but Damasko put their own spin on it, and I just think they're highly legible, straight up tool watches. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for sticking around. I know it's a long video, but I appreciate it. Please like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one. Thank you. Goodbye.